What makes you successful? What are the things you need to become successful? To various sectors of people, from masses to potential powerful businessmen, to teachers, to policemen, to doctors, the common answers that I get normally are, I need money, then it means that I become successful. To have success, they need money. Some of them need peace of mind. Some of them say, if I have good health and happiness, they consider this as very successful. The other people would say, I need a mind that does not become greedy. I should be happy with what I have. So they consider that to be successful. It's a mix of different energies, but the common thing they have in all sectors of people is that peace, happiness, joy, health, money, all connected with that one word is there. Now, when I try to summarize, even though they have a different way of saying these words, when I connect them together, they all come to one simple thing: focusing on basic needs. If they get these basic needs met, many people think they are successful. Unfortunately, this formula to live a life to achieve just the basic needs cannot be considered as successful for great people. For mediocres, for masses, this is okay. Which means the mindset of people who are exceptionally prosperous and the mindset of people who are from the masses, they are different, the needs are different. But both, when you tell them, when they get the needs met, they think they have become successful. Okay, from my viewpoint, if I have to look at the same question, I would say I also need good health, peace of mind, happiness, sweetness, joy, compassion. But these to me would be just tools to achieve something. Which means to become successful, I need to have a target. When I have a target, then to achieve the target, I need to understand who am I? I need to understand what are the resources I have in order to achieve the target. Once you have an eye on the target, then your immediate next question would be, to achieve the target, I need to know certain other things, like what are my basic qualities? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? I need to have a self-analysis of all this. So if there is a strength, how will I use my strength to get what I want? If there is a weakness, how will I try to remove the weakness, make that as a strength first to achieve the target? This is how a successful person would think. Unfortunately, if a person sets a target and does not focus on trying to be aware of the resources, the strength and the weaknesses, do you think it is possible to achieve it? It's almost impossible. That is why 80% of the masses struggle to produce results over and over again. It's only a small portion of these people who somehow have these energies that we're talking about as qualities in the system. They are able to produce results repeatedly again and again and again. When I talk about quality, I'm talking about certain content. Not physical though, but something in terms of energy the person possesses. That is why somehow, you might have noticed this in many ways. Certain people, they are not technically knowledgeable. They have not learned the latest computers and the technology connected with that. But they know the art of making money. They don't have the intelligence to do something on their own, but they have the power to attract the right people into their aura. And these successful, powerful men and women, they somehow are employed under them. And this person who does not have any technology and knowledge somehow has the ability to use these people and make money over and over again. The desire to make money is with everyone. But people who have these qualities in them somehow are able to achieve it easily. In the case of masses who do not have this energy as a quality in their system, even though they have the desire to make money, they have the ideas to make money, but the money somehow doesn't go into the system. So the secret is to know what is the meaning of the word quality. What are the different qualities that you have? How do you balance these qualities? How do you use these qualities to get what you want? These are key energies. In the case of animals, they also think, but the thinking is restricted to preserving the body. In the case of human beings, they have the ability to think, they have the ability to dream, which is an extra component here. An ability to dream and create a vision of how the future can be. They can dream of how the life will be after 10 years, after 15 years. In the case of animals, this is not possible. Now, if you can dream about something, it also means that you can create that which is not existing now. If you can create something which is just not available, you have the freedom, the free will to create what you want, unlike animals. The word free will is very important here, which is unique to human beings and no other animal has it. To use the free will, you need to understand that you are the thinker. If you are the thinker, then you should be able to use the apparatus which you use for thinking. You should be able to regulate at will. Now, again, I'm giving you a few components here. You have an equipment to think, and you are the thinker. If you are aware that you are the thinker and you have an apparatus to produce thoughts, then at will you can regulate the apparatus or the instrument at will and create what you want. In other words, you have free will. Now, if you are not aware that you are the thinker and you don't know what is the apparatus that you are using to think, then it's not a guarantee that you can change at will what thoughts come in and what thoughts go out. That is a struggle which normal people go through. In other words, friends, those who are not aware that they are the thinker and they have a thinking apparatus which they will use to produce thoughts at will cannot be called as human beings. For if you want to define the thinking apparatus as the mind, we have to define here the human beings and the free will. There is a connection, and to create free will you need the mind as an equipment, and the one who operates the mind should have the free will to monitor the apparatus at will. In other words, person who uses the mind is called the man. The next question would be, is there a formula or a science to create this kind of success? The answer is yes. Can this technology be taught to the masses or the super intelligent people only? This technique, which is extremely powerful but ultimately simple, is available. Is available to use. In other words, masses can be trained to become aware of themselves as an observer, and they can be taught how to use equipment to think, to produce results. This technology, this spiritual technology of producing results over and over again with awareness is being drafted by Grandmaster Chawakaksui, and he named this spiritual technology Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul.